Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of mine. This one is going to be about GPU troubleshooting. Alex over at Northridge Fix uploaded this video today in which he worked on a 3090 Gaming X Trero from MSI and found that one of the 8-pin 12-volt inputs was shorted. He correctly diagnosed the short and found that it was caused by this power stage down there, which is a VMEM one, as you can see, power plane right there. But I do want to talk a bit about finding shorts using voltage injection, and maybe he edited it out, but at least in the video, it's not obvious that he checked whether the output is shorted to the input. Injecting voltage without previously checking if the input is shorted to the output is generally something you don't want to do. I believe for obvious reasons, because, if you just go to inject, say, maybe 2 volts, you might just send 2 volts down VMEM, which is something you don't want to do, right? So if you're going to locate a short using voltage injection, before you do that, especially if it's a short regarding like some voltage regulation circuitry, make sure your output is not shorted to your input, right? So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. The second thing, I believe, is actually the most important thing here, and that would be just replacing one DRMOS with another one. See, the DRMOSs that this GPU uses for each rail would be onsemi NCP 302045s, and as the name might suggest, these are 45 amp continuous drain current DRMOSs. The power stage, I keep saying power stage, the DRMOS Alex used to replace the failed one is an Alpha Omega 5311, which it's a 55 amp one. So in that regard, it's fine, because, if you're going to replace a power stage and it's a different one than what was originally on there, I would assume it's, just like with capacitors, you probably want to take one that has at least equal ratings or higher ones, right? So in that regard, fine. I myself would actually make sure that I'm putting on the same DRMOS as what was on there originally. But the biggest issue I have with Alex's repair here is that the DRMOS he used to replace the onsemi one with the failed one has a different pinout. Just because a DRMOS uses the same package and otherwise looks identical doesn't mean it is. Let me show you. Here are the pinouts. This one is the onsemi NCP 302045, and this one is the Alpha and Omega 5311. At first glance, it might look like they are identical, but they are not. They're both oriented the same way. Pin 1 is in the top right corner, as you can see. And these 2 pins right here are not identical. And most critically, these 2 pins just so happen to be output disable and thermal warning. So, not great. So just because something looks identical doesn't mean it is. So if you are going to replace a DRMOS, a failed one, with a DRMOS from another manufacturer, please make sure that, one, the ratings of the DRMOS are at least equal or higher than that of the original one, but most importantly, that they have the same pinout. There's actually one more thing I want to talk about, and that would be, after he replaced the DRMOS, he found that there was still a short on VMEM, and then said that when VMEM is short, there's like a 90% chance that the core is dead. That's wrong. I know where he got the numbers from, 90% chance of defective GPU silicon, But it's, if you have a short on PEX, there's a really good chance your core is dead. But VMEM, not so much. Short on VMEM is not necessarily a defective core, right? It is a defective core if the memory controller on the GPU silicon obviously failed. The thing is though, if that were to happen, there's a really good chance that the underfill around the GPU silicon is discolored, which I was not able to see that in his video, so my guess is as good as yours. Probably just a dead memory module or a capacitor somewhere on VMEM that caused a short there. Alright, with that said, I'm gonna end it here. This is really just supposed to be a quick one about GPU troubleshooting and repair. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like on it, as well as subscribing to the channel. Any support is greatly appreciated and goes a long way in keeping new content coming. And with that said, I wish you guys an absolutely amazing day and hope to see you guys again in the very next video. Have a good one.